Hey everybody, it is Callus, and welcome back, final time for me, to Jimvitational 2. This is the lower bracket final, which is just the third place match. The losing player here, I mean, they're both going to get money no matter what, but the losing player is going to have third place, and then the winning player is going to go to the grand finals against, I mean, you guys probably already know, but the player that's waiting there. How about that? So these are both players that I am very familiar with and players that I've covered in this tournament. It is Fruhdazi, Shitrock Enjoyer. I'll have to make up an age. We'll say he's, I don't know, 7 in this one. Against Triangles, who I don't know what the weird YouTube comments are, but you guys are saying he's like German or Albanian or some weird. He's British, I promise. I've actually seen pictures of him. This is not a joke, not a pun. He's white as snow. He's just a white dude from the UK. Anyhow, yeah, you guys know the stakes, cash money on the line. This is a good matchup against not like super duper old heads. These are two players that are both in the moment and among the best players right now, among the best players that you could have as like your ADV SPL starter. And I am very excited to see how this plays out. A youngin against a, I mean, honestly, Triangles in real life is kind of young too, but he's been playing Pokemon a long time, and they definitely know each other. So it should be a blast. It's my last narration. Let's have fun with it. Fruhdazi, Shitrock Enjoyer on the bottom. Flygon, that is obviously a good lead against the Jirachi from Triangles on the top. We end up with Zapdos on Skarmory, end up with Skarm on Skarmory, end up with Skarm on Bliss, and finally, the first move of the game, that is Spikes from Fruhdazi, comes down. Interesting Dugtrio. Not sure what he was trying to catch, but Thief there is really interesting too. So you're trying to, I mean, again, unless he was anticipating the Thief, that would have been pretty high level for Triangles, but that is awkward for Skarm. I mean, obviously you're trying to steal something's leftovers, but we now have that powerhouse of a Mon that is CB Skarm for Shitrock Enjoyer. And the full team very early on revealed for Triangles. This is going to be a weird matchup. So we've got something Superman-esque for Fruhdazi, and then a very, very stable team for Triangles. Dugtrio doesn't have Choice Band anymore, so that Earthquake is going to do a good amount, but no chance in hell of landing the killing blow without the boost from CB. And you're against the Superman team, so that Dugtrio was not gonna be exciting in this matchup. I mean, there are 3 grounded pokes, and 2 of them are weak to EQ, but again, without CB, not so exciting. So yeah, we end up with the Dugtrio going down, which honestly isn't that big of a deal. 6-5 advantage for Fruhdazi. There is a Rapid Spinner for Triangles for purposes of the Skarm on the other side. And, I mean, yeah, no spinner for Fruhdazi, but like I said, half of his team flies or levitates. This might be a longer game. I don't know about like 200 long, but 2 sturdy teams. Might take a minute here. I mean, one of them can remove spikes and one of them can't, so I guess that's a thing, but I anticipate this taking a minute. And there is rest, unsurprisingly. This very well may be a... Just kidding. I was going to say an Aroma or a Bell Bliss, but Wish is illegal with either of those because of egg move weirdness, so we actually know definitively that the Blissey is not going to have Aromatherapy or Bell. Fair enough. Thunderbolt as it wakes up organically. And then Bliss reappearing for Triangles. Fair enough. Zapdos has not shown Toxic, doesn't mean that he doesn't have it. Bliss on Rachi, fair enough. So yeah, I mean, this is just going to be a longer, slower game, so I guess the thing to do here would be to kind of speculate about ways that they can both push through and win conditions and all that. The immediate and obvious thing that of course comes to mind is Suicune. The Zapdos on the other side maybe can stop it, but I mean, Zapdos could be asleep, the Suicune could have boosts, whatever. So far from a guarantee. And yeah, I mean, short of the Zapdos, the Suicune could be pretty good. There is a CM Rachi on the other side for Fruhdazi, but it's down to 44%. Now, granted, we know that the Blissey has Wish, so that health could definitely go up, but as it stands, don't know that that's really a Suicune counter. That being said, here is a Floating Wish, but it's against a Phaser, so you don't necessarily get the target that you want. Fair enough, he's going to elect for Spikes, which I don't blame him, given there's no spinner on the other side, but that does allow the Wish to come down on the intended target, which is the Rachi, so it is now nice and healthy again. I guess another way to potentially win. So the Suicune and the Spikes are both ways the Triangles could get there, but we haven't seen that Flygon since turn 1. So we really don't know what its deal is. It very well on a team like this could be very defensive. That wouldn't surprise me at all. That's what I would be inclined to believe just looking at it. But hypothetically, if it were like a CB Flygon, that actually could really be a threat here, especially as the Skarm continues to get low for Triangles. All of a sudden it's a lot easier to just spam Quick Slide or whatever, Bug Slide in this case. We'll see, but I don't actually think that it's going to be Choice Banded. I think it's going to be really defensive. T-Tower's going to go for a behind the sub Focus Punch. 32% against Wishrachi. Not that remarkable. Gonna pass it over to Suicune, so maybe critical hit, good damage roll plus sand, maybe kills the Suicune there, but alas, comes up well short, and 28%, really not that exciting. That is something in the vicinity of full bulk Suicune. It might even literally be. It might be max HP, max defense bold, or something damn close to that. Those Focus Punches were bouncing off. That's the third layer of Spikes, so the Tar, Rachi, and Blissey, respectively, gonna have to deal with them. That is a 20% Fire Punch burn. We are not clear. I'm trying to... Yeah, so Blissey for Triangles could have Bell or Aroma, but hasn't shown it yet. And then, of course, Doll can just have Refresh or Rest or whatever and just get rid of it itself. But for now, very possibly temporarily, that burn is going to stand. We do have the Rachi trying to close things out for Fruhdazi, and like I said, wasn't really a great win condition before, but now that it ate that Wish, doesn't really look like Triangles has a fantastic answer for this. And this doesn't feel like something his team's supposed to be weak to. He has multiple phasers, he has the CB Dugtrio. I mean, when he was team building, I doubt he was looking at his team and going, oh man, I'm really vulnerable to CM Rachi, but in this weird hybrid game that we got where Dugtrio just like randomly got its Choice Band stolen, which is a pretty rare occurrence if we're honest, all of a sudden, and not that Fruhdazi had any way of knowing at the time what that would do, but he's obviously capitalizing on it now. But yeah, all of a sudden, you're not great against CM Rachi, and yeah, I mean, honestly, it's looking like the game might just be over. It's looking like Fruhdazi might just punch through with this Jirachi. So really, really Dugtrio reliant to deal with it, which, again, normally is totally fine, totally safe bet. Dugtrio would, in fact, deal with it, but in that 1 in 500 ADV game where you randomly lose your Choice Band to a Thief, I guess that changes things. Yeah, the Rachi is just going up and up and up with lefties. Triangles just does not have an answer. I think we're going to see a concession momentarily. It's the third place match, so he's going to play it out, but he's nowhere near killing it. Maybe if Blissey had T-Wave here, but it clearly does not. It would have happened ages ago. Doesn't even have the option to try to freeze it with Ice Beam. I'm not sure what he's playing for here. There's no para. There's no freeze. Gonna try to stall it out. Good luck. Gonna PP stall it out. Yeah, I mean, he's just gonna fish for crits or drops or what have you. It's a sand game. I can't imagine this actually works, and that Seismic Toss is just fully irrelevant here. Yeah, and Triangles is just gonna pack it in, and doesn't actually... he claims in the comments that he has Ice Beam Bliss, but like... does he? Why didn't you go for it? I didn't miss a freeze while I was blabbering right now. No, if he had IB, I'm not sure why he didn't go for it. He might have been bluffing there, but certainly if you had the ability to freeze it, you gotta try it, because that was the only out. But yeah, weird game. I mean, like I said, I don't look at this team from Triangles and go, oh man, he's really weak to CM Rachi. Just kind of freak circumstances where he gets his choice band stolen. That really, really does not happen very often in ADV, but hey, it happened this game, and it puts Fruhdazi one win away from the grand finals. Triangles, I should have mentioned in the intro, we'll go to game 2, but Triangles is the Kalos Invitational 3 champion. This is going to be the first time for Fruhdazi making money in this tournament, granted with far fewer attempts at playing the tournament, but Triangles has the opportunity here to be a 2-time champion should he come back and defeat the Pokemon playing 7-year-old across from him. And speaking of that 7-year-old, one game away from grand finals, so let's see if Triangles can do it real quick. We're taking donations all the way to the end. The end is near, but nevertheless, we are taking them all the way to the end, so if you want to do that, there's a link in the description. This is damn close to the final opportunity to do that, so if you've enjoyed the show, please consider it. Here is game 2. Shitrock Enjoyer, still Fruhdazi, on the bottom. Triangles, still British and not Albanian or German, on the top. He's got a Mence and a Bliss, and unclear for Fruhdazi. Maybe offense, maybe balance, could be CM spam, probably closer to a balance. Certainly Leech Seed makes me think balance more so than CM spam, but TBD. To be fair, he does have the HP Fire that he would want there. Skarm does not love that. Decent chip on it, honestly, for what it is, but there is a layer of spikes down, nevertheless. Missing Leech Seed there is obnoxious. T-Wave there probably would have shut down any realistic Celebi sweep, but yeah, I mean, Celebi's not in any danger yet. Wouldn't push this too far. Here comes Moltres, Giga Drain, we don't care, and certainly, despite the +1, oh man, I was going to say certainly going to switch because of the para, no. Alright, well, he keeps it in. I wasn't anticipating that. He eats a big fat flamethrower, and now he gets out of the way, but man, keeping it in there is ballsy. I don't know what the risk versus reward was on that. Here comes Dougie, teach me how to. And it is beat up, which is going to do a lot but not kill, so does the retaliatory Ice Beam presumably get him here? Does he... Yeah, okay. That might be an Aroma Bliss, right? Because, I mean, if he had IB, he would use it, so this might be a second game in a row in which Triangles has brought non-Ice Beam Blissey, which is unusual, to say the least. But yeah, I mean, he's playing like it's last move Aroma or Bell. And yeah, I mean, this actually, this could work. I mean, Beat Up and Soft Boil do have the same base PP. I mean, you should certainly still do this. If you're Fruhdazi, you could get 1,000,000 crits, so you can at very least just run the thing bone dry out of soft boiled, which like doesn't kill it, but it like kind of sort of half kills it. It leaves it for dead. I mean, obviously if Blissey can't recover anymore, it's much worse. So even if this doesn't end up ultimately knocking her out, you've definitely got to use literally every single beat up to get where you want to be. And yeah, had I known this was going to be a thing, I guess I would have used this opportunity for donations, but I will tell you, not that I upload, you know, ever, that I do have a YouTube channel. It's called youtube.com/KalosNarrates. If you want to check out some of my old content, there's like 1,000+ videos on there. Like I said, haven't uploaded in a while, don't know if I will anytime soon, but there is still a lot of ADV content with a much crappier microphone for you guys to hopefully go back and enjoy. But yeah, we will sooner rather than later resume our normal programming here. I mean, hey, you gotta go through the motions. It's the 3rd place match, there's cash on the line. On ladder, if someone got mad and said this is effing boring, I'm done, I'm not bothering, and they just click the forfeit button, you know what, I get it, I don't blame you, on to the next game, but they can't do it here, so as we go through the motions, we should be out of this momentarily, but unclear what the rest of the team is for Fruhdazi. He's only shown half, whereas I would think there'd be a Swampert, almost certainly, for Triangles. I guess it could be a Metagross, but I think it's going to be Swampert because of the amazing type synergy with Moltres. And then the last poke could be like Gengar or something like that. Arrow, something like that. We'll see. But finally, we are out of that nonsense, and here comes the reappearance. The Blissey, as we know, doesn't have Soft Boiled anymore, so it is going to die finally. Couple EQs later, and we've got ourselves a 5-5. Skarm reappears on the Doug, which is locked on EQ. And it's going to be Roar. Okay, so it is a CM spam after all for Fruhdazi. Raikou and Jirachi in the back, and almost certainly Lastmon Suicune for Fruhdazi. There is Psychic and Roar respectively. We don't see anything new. We see the burnt Zapdos from before. Certainly with the Blissey dead, CM spam is going to be a lot better. Magneton in the back. This is violating the laws of ABR team building. He is not a Skarmag Bliss fan by any means, but that's what Triangle's going to go with his tournament life on the line. So, you know what? ABR didn't make money in this tournament either. Shows what he knows. Okay, there is Meta in the back. Interesting. Don't know that I love his team, honestly, truly, but okay, and shows what I know. I thought for sure Suicune in the back, so some weird hybrid here for Fruhdazi. Vaporeon is very much not Suicune, but didn't get to do anything at all. It did get immediately boomed on. Leaves us in a 3-4 with Triangles, who needs to win or be eliminated with the lead. Well, for a moment. But kind of deja vu here. I mean, he got cleaned up by an electric that he just couldn't stop at the end of the previous game. And, I mean, Dugtrio foddering there is no big deal. But, man, the Raikou's a threat here yet again. Alright, T-Bolt is going to need crit or para. Full para. No bueno. And there you go. A few Earthquakes later, and we are off to Game 3. Wouldn't have it any other way. Who doesn't want to go to Game 3 with the money on the line? Hopefully it's good, because like I said, this is going to be my last game of this tournament. Somebody else is going to be narrating the rest, so sincerely hope you guys have enjoyed. Let's do it. Game 3, Fruhdazi and Triangles for the final time. Loser out in third place, winner to the grand finals. Fruhdazi's going to lead Suicune. Triangles on the top is going to lead Flygon, and he's going to go to Breloom, so Fruhdazi must win because both those pokes suck as far as I'm concerned. Here comes Ice Beam on a Milo. Haven't seen a ton of that. Looking like a balanced squad for Fruhdazi, which is probably going to have a Magneton in the back, given the structure so far. Got to be careful of that, of course. If you are the Skarmory user, Roar is going to try to find anything but Mag. Finds Regirock, a poke that I, every single time I see it, will advocate for and tell you that you aren't using it enough and it's better than you think it is. I'm telling you, that thing belongs in OU. It shouldn't be BL. It is an OU. It's good. Use it. Regirock rant over. Here comes Rachi. Spike Slayer number 2. Unclear if there's a spinner. It could be like Magdoll in the back for Fruhdazi. Could also just be like Starmie Mag in the back, but yeah, I mean, I really thought there would be a Magneton. There still very well may be, but whether or not there's a spinner is TBD at the moment. And we've got a weird stall team here, I guess, for Triangles, but opting for TSS plus Breloom. I see Breloom sometimes on 4E squads, which is obviously not what this is. Okay, there you go. You've got yourself a spinner. A sleeping spinner, but a spinner. That actually might not have been the ideal Spore target. I might have let the Reggie take it or whatever. You kind of really want to actually get the spin off here, but Breloom can't actually hurt the doll, it seems. And okay, there you go. So there actually isn't a Magneton this whole time, so that makes me wonder if it's just a, I mean, Boom Lax, but really Boom everything. I wonder if it's Boom Lax, Boom Rock, Boom Doll, trying to go down to the Suicune or the Jirachi, respectively. There is one of those booms, and it takes out the Breloom, so there's a Magneton in the back for Triangles, which he knows he's not going to get a lot of mileage out of, so might as well send it out now. I'm kind of surprised he didn't stay in, since he got the matchup he wanted against the Suicune, but he must have known the doll was going to come in, so he gets ahead of it, goes to Milo. Surf there is obviously aimed at the doll. Lax is going to take it for 19% and step on spikes when he comes in. And there is Curse. See if he goes for lair number 3 or just opts for a roar here. Probably the latter. Okay, I mean, protect first is fine, but now do you roar? Probably, right? I mean, is lair number 3 that relevant with the doll on the other side? Or you don't get to do either one because of a crit. Well, in that case, not great for triangles. In that case, less great for triangles. This is unraveling quickly as the Lax tears him apart. And man, he respects it enough to spite the boost to get out of the way there. EQ blanks, of course, on the doll. Still napping, so I mean, that's the one saving grace for triangles, that the spikes are still down, but... oh, just kidding. And there's the surf, but yeah, oh man, this game really took a turn. Fruhdazi definitely ahead now. I mean, the spike's gone. Triangle's unable to reestablish them with the Skarm down. 5-3. I mean, I don't know what Triangles really has going for him here. I also don't know how he's going to win, because I think it's a... yeah, it's a special tower. Crunch Pursuit, probably, given the Milo and given the Flygon and given the Loom that I assume didn't have a way to touch Gengar. So we're looking at a Pursuit tower here, which is fine, but how does it win? So I think... Unreal Prediction with Flygon is going to be the only way out of this game, because neither Milo nor Tar are win conditions here. You're going to have to just really, really be right with the Flygon and just get there. He doesn't try it here. He pulls it back. Zapdos comes in on Tar. Thunderbolt 41, good percent. Hey, Para, not what he needs when he's already behind. Hidden Power now. Critical Hit, not what he needs when he's already behind. Yeah, I don't even know if he can do it anymore. I mean, what can you lock on here? Sure, Rock Slide, crit, flinch, something, sure. Flinch helps, but I mean, there's 2 rock resists in the back, so this is obviously not going to get you the whole way. Here comes one of them, the Rachi. I don't think he has enough pokes. I don't think he has enough, like, fodder things to switch out. I don't think the Flygon is even enough anymore, even if he predicts correctly every time from now on. I just don't think he has enough gas to get there. I think it is going to be Fruhdazi, the 5-year-old, in the grand finals. Flygon here. Prediction opportunity. HP Bug. There you go. I mean, Dante's the man. That was a great prediction. That was a really good HP Bug. So, like, hey, spot on and hats off. But, like, yes, still lose. Here's the Agilizap. Flygon comes in, I mean, sure. BP to Rachi. That'll do it. There is the Psychic, and Milo has absolutely no chance in hell of stopping Jirachi here. And even if it had, like, Ice Beam and froze it or something, you have no chance in hell of stopping the Suicune. Going through the motions here, merely as a formality. But Triangles is, regardless of not winning here, going to join an elite club of multi-time money winners in this tournament. Like I said, being the CI3 champion and now the Jimvitational 2 third place finisher, which is really good. And Fruhdazi in his young, budding Pokemon career, his results speak for themselves. I mean, for all the hard time that I've given him and calling him 6 and 10 and 5 and whatever I've called him, and you know, for as samey as he was, as one-trick pony as he was a year or 2 ago, just with the Arrow, Celebi, Skarm stuff over and over and over, my takeaway from Fruhdazi, who I've casted multiple times in this tournament, he's really diversified himself, and he is mega reaping the benefits, reaping the fruits of his labor. He's really, really ascended to be one of the very best in the game today, and taking out someone, I mean, a little bit of luck in this game, but taking out someone as good and as accomplished as Triangles when it really, really matters, and obviously Triangles is going to have his A game here. It's really impressive. It really, really is, and I'm very, very excited, even though I won't be narrating it, to watch the grand finals. Fruhdazi deserves to be there. Congratulations to Triangles. Like I said, 2-time money winner in this tournament, 3rd place finish, rock solid, great run. And yeah, I mean, my usual guys, thank you for watching, and thank you to the ADV Revival team, Gold in particular, but the whole team, for letting me be a part of this. And yeah, maybe I'll be invited to a future tournament. By the time this goes on YouTube, we'll be in Jimvitational 5. I will see you guys in some future video.